Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tanya, and this is my writing realm. Today, we are going to do some 20-minute writing sprints and with a 5-minute break in between. And hello, good morning, Laura. Thank you for joining us. How are you today? And are you working on some more editing today? I think I have to do some planning for my AuthorTube channel, actually. I have to plan out what I'm going to post on what day. So yes, I'm going to start with that just so that I feel a little bit more prepared for the next couple months. And yes, so Story Tyrant is joining us, but she is just getting her tea ready because, you know, you can't write without some form of caffeine. At least I know I can't. And today I have this really funky mug. It is a zebra with a zebra head handle. I think that's pretty nifty. Okay, well, you didn't come here to watch me drink tea. Anywho, so I'm probably not going to go as long today as I normally do. I'm at least going to do 2 or 3 sprints. I just don't want to go overboard today. So yes, today is Sunday, January 17th, I believe. Yes, it is the 17th. Anywho, I think John should possibly be joining us shortly. So I'll just wait another moment before I hit the go button, and I'll wait for Tyra to be sitting down. Use the force. Right. So how has your last week been, Laura? How are things going? Do you feel like you're getting some productivity done? I've been working on my budgeting stuff, and actually on Nerdalific, my first budgeting video was released actually just a moment ago, so we'll see how that goes. And I have my budgeting book to work on as well today if I finish my YouTube planning. I recorded a YouTube video yesterday, and it was actually quite funny. It was 22 minutes long, but by the time I edited everything out, it was only about 13 minutes. So I made a lot of mistakes, but there was also a lot of interruptions, like my dog was knocking on the door to come inside. She actually knocks on the door. And then she kept walking around on the floor, and you could hear the paw prints scratching the floor the whole time. And then my cat was playing with the wire on my microphone. And then my son interrupted a couple of times as well. So it was just one of those videos that didn't go as smoothly as, you know, I would have liked. So there was lots of editing. I understand. Yeah, I did the same thing. Are you homeschooling your son long-term, or was it just for a short period of time? For us, we only had 2 weeks that were optional remote learning, and we took those 2 weeks because of the Christmas holidays and not knowing, you know, how many people gather and stuff, and you're just a higher risk after the holidays of it being spread. So the first week, my husband was off, so I was able to teach the kids at home full time. We have 2 boys, but this week I had to work and help them with their schoolwork. So we're actually playing catch up today on finishing up any last minute homework. 7 weeks. So I don't know if I've asked you, and you don't have to share this, but where are you located? I'm just wondering what the differences are. Boris said it might be longer. 7 weeks is a long time. I know we had that earlier this year as well. So I am going to add Miss Story Tyrant here, the UK. Okay. Yeah, because you have a new, like a variant or something out there, hey? That must be stressful not knowing what's going to happen. That's for sure. We had quite a few spikes. We were in Canada and Manitoba, and we had some big spikes take place, but now things are starting to calm down a little bit, and I'm hoping that it stays that way. I thought that'd be good timing. Good morning, Story Tyrant. How are you today?
Oops. Good morning, Tanya. Good. I slept in. I never sleep in. And I woke up at 4 o'clock, did my usual thing at 4 o'clock, which I normally do at 3, which probably should have been the morning. 'Cause I normally
Yeah.
am again at 6:30 and I'm up for the day, and that was really weird. But yeah, I'm editing. I'm editing today. I'm working on Blood is Black, and today I am drinking. Uh, I'm drinking cream Earl Grey.
Well, that sounds interesting, eh?
It's instead of having bergamot flowers, it has the what's it called? Vanilla flowers. Good morning, Laura. Good morning. And yeah,
Your numbers went up, but I think they might be coming down a little now. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a strange time, that's for sure.
yeah.
I just hope everybody stays safe.
But there's lots of good news on that front too. So we're seeing lots of breakthroughs with treatment. We're seeing if we can keep the numbers down, we can have less deaths because we can allow the hospitals time to treat people and move them through. So
Yeah, that's for sure.
and immunity, woot woot. So that one
That's
variant that's running through the population very quickly. It spreads easier, but it's less aggressive in symptoms. Seems to help with boosting immunity. So that's good news. I know it's
yeah, it's too bad, but at the same time, yeah, you're right. It's a good thing to do that. I'm just gonna hit my share screen here to get the timer ready.
Yay!
I went back to my own timer. The other one wasn't too bad, but I felt like I had less control over it, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah.
She's in UK.
Yeah.
So that's understandable.
I
But I mean, it's all for the good, though, right?
yes.
It's all for a good reason.
I hope my aunt and uncle, my cousins, who I love very much, I hope they're all doing well. Last I heard they were, so fingers crossed. They all live in the UK.
Oh
So,
wow, yeah. I have family in Ireland, but I don't have like direct contact with them, so I'm not really sure how it's going over there.
Well, I'm a bad cousin because I don't check Facebook very often.
Right. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so I think we'll get going so we can start being a little productive. Again, as I mentioned, we're probably only going to do 2 to 3 sprints today. But yes, we'll get started on that. So I'm just going to get I'm actually going to get my workout here because I can't believe I haven't actually done that yet. Oh, I have to finish this video first. That's what I have to do. Okay. All right. Are you ready? Let's be productive. On your marks, get set, go. Oh, I didn't. I was hitting play on the timer on my screen instead of on the actual timer. Yeah, I'm really awake today. I slept in a little. Okay, ready, set, go. Hello. I don't know what happened there, but apparently my browser shut down, and I thought, oh no, the stream is done. The stream is done, but thankfully Tyra is still here, and you're muted. I don't know if you knew that.
All right.
That's okay. You know what? And we had 6 minutes left on the timer, but maybe I'll just hit pause and we'll take our 5-minute break and then restart a brand new 20-minute timer, because I'm sure that just interrupted all of us. I don't know what happened there. That was very weird. Okay, so I'm going to share my timer again. I must have closed. Oh, I did the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, I'm starting a 5-minute timer. Sorry about that, everybody. Oh, where did it go? What is going on? Okay, apparently if you minimize the timer, it also comes off the screen.
I did not know that.
Yes, well, this has been an interesting day. Slept in, rushing around, and yeah, closed the live stream in the middle of a live stream, so that's great. And that's how 2021 goes.
Hey.
So while we're on this break, I have to share with you this very funny story, and Tyra already knows it. A word of advice: never put a previously boiled egg in the microwave and heat it up. Now, why, you might ask? Well, when you bite into it, boom, huge explosion. So I ate an exploding egg. It actually blew up in my face, and it burnt my lip and my nose and my face, and there was egg everywhere. It's rain and egg. Hallelujah. Anyways, so so my son came downstairs, and it was a big loud bang, and he's like, "What's wrong, Mom?" Because I'm sitting here crying and there's egg everywhere and I'm burnt and it hurts so bad. And I'm like, my egg exploded. So then my husband comes home and my son calls up the stairs and says, "Daddy, come quick, my mommy's crying." And he's like, "Well, what happened?" And my son says, "Her egg exploded." I mean, as you can imagine, he's like, what is he talking about? So he came downstairs, his boots are still on, there's snow everywhere, and he walks in to see egg all over the place and me sitting here crying. Exactly, egg explosion. And that's funny because I actually wrote a short story called Egg Explosion because of this. So if you're going to microwave previously boiled eggs, either cut it or poke it all the way through the yolk before you put it in the microwave. It's a very bad idea. And I tell you should watch some YouTube videos on this. It's actually like, it has quite the bang and it's very hot. And some people actually scream when it happens. And yeah, I think I was just in shock.
I shouldn't have laughed, but looking back at the story, it's funny.
Yes, it is funny now. And I knew afterwards, like a few moments afterwards, that it was going to be a very funny story to share with people. But in the moment when my family was giggling, I could not laugh.
Well, no, you're all burnt. It was actually quite scary. I saw you burnt, and yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't ready to talk about it last live stream because it was still so new.
The trauma.
I've been traumatized by an egg explosion. Oh my gosh.
Hey, you know what? 2021 looks like it's going to be a year of achieving things, getting stuff finished, at least for me. But having these really interesting aside.
Yeah. Yeah, I last year was very productive for me as well. Like I went from 0 self-published publications to 8 all short story ebooks. And then I won that contest, Right on the Lake contest, 2nd place.
Yeah.
And then started my YouTube channel.
Yes.
And I found some answers health-wise, and I'm working on that. So, I mean, for me, 2020, as much as it was terrible for the world, it was really positive for me.
And that's something that me and Curtis were talking about. Last year was a weird year for us. It's like our son's lives, who still live with us, was put on hold. He couldn't
Right.
move out. Nicholas couldn't move forward with his plumbing. Everything got put on hold in their lives. Like literally everything was just, we're just going to stop now. You're going to have a missing year. Whereas with us, oh, and we had some minor disasters that have long-term consequences at the farm. We had a failure with breeding. So we're only going to have 2 cats this year instead of 12, which is...
Oh, that's huge.
It's a huge kick for us. But at the same time, we're going to invest, because of 2020 being a year where we couldn't do a lot of stuff. We really, and I've worked like crazy. You know, I went from part-time / casual to full-time with extra hours.
Just going to dismiss this for a moment.
Anyways, like I say, also I came to a realization last year. Because I was doubting my ability to get stuff done, to do quality writing. And I guess everyone goes through this repeatedly, right? I guess every writer, every artist, every person's questions there.
Hello. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the sprints, the stream, the live stream sprints. Yes, I can talk. That's okay. Well, thank you for coming by to support. I really appreciate it. I think this is probably one of the first times I think I've seen you in one of the sprints, but we don't have a lot. So I'm glad you're here. And this is Tyra, Story Tyrant. She is in process of starting her own channel.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she means like what you were saying there.
Yeah, we doubt. But at the same time, you started your channel. A couple other authors in our group got things published and moved ahead. And I realized that I worry that I'm holding people back or I'm not giving them the right advice. This is a concern I have. And I was basically told, no, you guys all said, no, you've helped a lot. That made me feel better. But I said, you know what? I want to get my stuff done. And I started feeling a little bit selfish, and then the year got crazy. I'm assuming everyone's year went crazy. Even if you were stuck home, because everybody I know was stuck home. And it was weird because they'd phone and say, well, where are you? You're never home. I'm working. Like, I'm working all the time right now. I'm an essential frontline worker. And I went from what is very nice is I went from running all over the place, doing multiple job sites, to just doing one and then being acting person in charge of that post. I'm a postmaster now, acting postmaster. I'm not an official postmaster.
The postmaster.
Yeah,
I can see it now.
I even can ride a horse. I haven't ridden one for a while, but I can ride a horse. This body was not.
Wow, that's awesome.
I used to train horses with. It was a different body.
Oh, I miss horses. Horses are my favorite animal, but obviously with all this stuff I've been going through, I can't really ride horses right now. So one day.
I think I lost the plot to what I was saying. That's the other thing I want to stop doing. I want to stop losing the plot of what I'm doing. I want to stay focused.
Well, then I suppose we should get focused here, and we'll start our 20-minute timer and get some productivity in. I don't think I got very far because, again, I accidentally closed the live stream browser, so everything just kind of went on hold. So let's try this again, shall we? And I promise this time I'm not going to close the browser. Okay. Ready, set, go. Alrighty, writing sprint is done. How did everybody do? How'd you do, Tyra?
2 pages.
Woohoo! Nice.
I had a bunch of internal dialogue that wasn't italicized because I have multiple persons, and I hadn't realized that it hadn't. When I transferred it over, I lost all my italicization.
Yeah. Aw. That's frustrating.
Mhm.
What did I do? Oh, I can hear myself. Your volume might be a little loud or something. I'm getting some reverb. Yeah, no, I think I redesigned a thumbnail and for my YouTube channel for my next video that I'm working on, and I did my, oh shoot, I did it wrong, but it's okay, I can fix it. I did my write-up and I forgot to title it. All it says is my video, and it's going onto YouTube as my video. But anyway.
Oh, no. Oh, my kettle's boiling. One moment, please.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yes, so I'm currently processing or rendering my video in the, I actually use a Video Studio. It's a Corel product and it's very awesome. I never considered actually getting a pro level video editing software, but I've been using the Corel Paint Shop. I used 2020, now I'm using 2021, and it is really nice. It's graphic design software, so I use it for my ebook covers and for all of my thumbnails for the YouTube channel. I'm going to put our 5-minute timer on here so I don't talk up a storm and lose productivity time. Yeah, so then I got this little window that popped up one day that said, hey, you get a discount today on buying this Video Studio. And I'm thinking, oh, Video Studio, maybe I should use that instead. Because before I was using PowerPoint. Now, actually, PowerPoint is actually pretty easy to use for video editing. The only thing is if you record like a high definition video and it's long, it can really slow down your the editing, like it really slows down your computer. So it's like it's processing and it takes a lot longer for it to come into your PowerPoint. But trimming is so easy and you can make so many effects in PowerPoint. So it's a very easy video editing software. I'm moving a large chunk from one chapter to earlier on in another chapter. I think it works better there. That's awesome. Especially when you find that place that it's really good to go. I haven't done a lot of moving around in my stuff before. Now, I can't remember if we've talked about this before, but are you a pantser or a planner or a plancer? I think I kind of bounce between pantsing and plantsing. I'm learning more about plotting, but I've never really been a planner because I can plan all I want. I still go off in a completely different direction than what I planned. So I gave up with the whole trying to plan thing, but sometimes when you're like piecing together multiple pieces into another story from previous things, sometimes you kind of have to at least have an idea of how to connect the dots. But I can't sit there and plot. 100% pantser. Yeah, you're my friend. That was really cheesy. But yes, pantser all the way. I think Tyra is also...
I'm a hybrid.
I thought you're a plantser.
Yeah, I'm a plantser. What's weird is years ago, for many years, I was 100% pantser. And then then I tried to learn better plotting techniques.
Okay.
Because the only time I plot, and this was right from day one, is when I'm doing a mystery. And the reason I plot is, and I don't plot out the whole story, you're going to laugh, I plot out the crimes. So how does this crime work? Why does this...
That sounds about right. I remember when we used to actually, physically meet in writing groups that I remember talking about this, how you always plan your crimes. And
I always start with my villains. Whenever I do a mystery, I always start with my villains. And I thought that was odd. And then I read this book called How to Write a Damn Good Mystery. But I have it here somewhere. Anyways, it's one of my favorite books.
I think it's taken me a lot longer to write this book being a pantser.
Oh, yes. The difference in a mystery, when I plot it out and I understand the motivations behind my criminal, and then I build my hero. And I always build my hero separate from my criminal, if that makes sense. Like my villain
Well,
will
they're
be.
completely separate lives, separate characters, separate
Yes,
everything. Yeah.
yes. I've never built, because I'm a natural pantser, I guess, in my fantasy and everywhere else. I
Right.
don't write a plot-based characters, which is awful, or sorry, which can be awful. Very
Yeah.
few people do it well because you
Right.
want your character to allow the plot to flow. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm with you, Laura. I do the same thing. You just kind of get, I think for me, it's like there's a character and there's a scene and they're doing something in the scene. And then I start getting a feel of what kind of person or character this is. And then I just start writing from there. It's like I write from a moment and then it becomes something more. So don't you feel like it's kind of like living a movie? And I think that's what I like about it the most. And I enjoy the writing process, but honestly, I haven't been writing over the last year and a bit. It's been, well, I guess I have. I have. It's just, I feel like I haven't been writing what I want to write. I've been writing what I need to write to continue on with something. And now I feel like I'm having withdrawal from writing, just pantsing whatever I feel like. But I mean, that's how I never finish anything, right? Because I enjoy the process of actually writing and not the rest of it is it's enjoyable to a degree, but it's also more work.
Oh
So
yeah.
I would prefer to just be sitting back and writing where I have to do, all the editing and then, reviewing all the plot lines and the development and the characters and then getting the peer editing and self-publishing process. And I enjoy it all, but I miss just sitting there and writing. And I think, I've written a lot of full-length novels, but it's during Nano, and I always feel a ping of disappointment. And I'm always disappointed with it because it's so rushed. And I have yet to finish a novel outside of Nano.
I hadn't realized that.
But the stuff that I've started writing outside of Nano, I'm more happier with it. I'm
Right.
confident and I'm more excited about those ones. But I don't know. I just kind of like I stall out because I feel like I haven't finished anything, and then I jump over to something that I've already completed, inside of Nano or a short story. So I have to get over that hump of, you can only write a book in Nano. No, you can write a book outside of Nano. Now you've got to finish something. But I have this thing in my head telling me you have a backlog of projects that you've written and none of it's published yet. You have to do this before you can start writing.
But you
That's
do have to evaluate those projects and discover which is going to be the books that go into the drawer and which are going to be ones you finish. Because not
yeah.
every book needs to be published and not every book should be published.
No, I think I have to get to that point of accepting that some stuff was just about learning the process of writing and doesn't need to be finished. Because maybe, like you said, those could be just the reference novels. These are the story ideas and concepts and characters and background. And now I can restart. And like, I have to make that decision. Like, I know I thought I did, but I still look at it all like I'm just so not happy with it. I don't even want to start editing it because it's just not good enough for me.
Well,
I have high standards now.
yeah. Well, sometimes we have to have a fire. I
Yeah.
have my bonfire, and years ago I told you I burnt a whole pile of stuff, and I was upset after I burned it. I thought that was very dramatic, but then it released me. It freed me, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
And I was able to rewrite things. If I hadn't burned my first Blood is Black novel, this one never would have been created, and this is so much better.
I think this is a good idea. I have to do
So
this.
much.
Okay, I'm going to start another timer here. I think this might be the last one for me today. I don't want to push it. Yesterday was the first probably bad seizure since the beginning of the year. So probably since early December. That's been the worst one since December. So I don't want to push myself too much today.
Yeah,
And push
we were
myself.
worried about you.
We
Yeah,
don't want to air an episode on live
No.
stream. So
No.
this will be the last one.
Okay. Oscar,
All right. What's that?
Oh, the cats come to say hello.
The cat came back the very next day.
Next
And I'm
minute.
so off rhythm, but that's okay. All right. Let's stop talking and singing and talking about cats. Let's get some work done. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okie dokie. Writing sprint number, I think that was, oh, bless you.
Bless you.
Yes, so I think that is going to be, let's just back that up a little. We don't need that much of a zoom in, do we?
No, please no.
So how did everybody do on your sprint there?
I rewrote a piece that was bugging me, and it went from, I guess, 3/4 of a page down to 3 lines. It was much better, much tighter. Good. Yes. And Oscar keeps coming to tell me he loves me.
Yeah, I saw that. That's wonderful. Yeah, I don't know. What did I do? I'm trying very hard to make a plan. I guess like for my channel, I have so many different content types now that I want to do, like the first Saturday of the month is this, the second Saturday of the month is this kind of topic, and which is good because I made so many videos over the holidays, and I had like 9 or 10 videos made. So now it's just a matter of figuring out where to schedule them in so that I'm following my plan, if that makes any sense. How did you do, Laura? How did you do? All this song just keeps coming into my head, but I don't want to sing it on live stream all the time. Okay, yes, so I've got, oh, my video is still processing, so I finished editing that video yesterday and I'm rendering it, and it's only at 38%, and it's been going since our second sprint. But I think it's because I'm doing so much on my computer that it's taking a long time to process.
You're
still editing. It's taking time, but I can see it all coming together.
Isn't that nice?
That is the best, is when it actually comes together. Do you know what? I just looked at your picture and I just realized that you have a BB-8 mug. That is awesome. I also have a BB-8 mug, but it has like a head lid on it. And when you push this button, it starts making all of the sounds, like BB-8 sounds. But when you actually use it with like tea and then you use the lid, it actually like shorts out or something because of the moisture, like, and the heat. So I can't actually use the lid. So I don't use it. It's kind of like an ornament. Yes, me as well. You should see my Star Wars stuff. I have a Star Wars purse, yes, and wallet and flashlight and bowls, and our living room carpet is literally Han Solo and carbonite.
Yeah.
And we have a Millennium Falcon rug and Star Wars shower curtains and a Stormtrooper toothbrush holder. So yeah, our whole family is like big on Star Wars. Anyways, what were you saying, Tyra?
Not much. Okay. Writing is so much more than just writing these days. I mean, it always has been, but not to the degree it is now. I think even in the old days, you had to write and you had to find the old days, you had to get your level of quality to a certain degree where you can get yourself an agent, and then the agent would work with you, and then they would get you a contract with a publishing house, and then you'd work with that editor. And it was always about building up your brand, about building up your quality. I think that today we do have to do so much more ourselves, just with the way it is with the big five. I mean, I still believe in a hybrid, my goal for myself is still being a hybrid author, still having some books published or stories published through small and medium presses. Maybe one day a book published through one of the big five, or maybe by then the big three, who knows? But also, we do have to do so much more of our work. And I try to explain this to people. I recently had a gentleman who asked me, he's been trying to publish for, I guess, just 2020. So, and he was very confused by the fact that the agents he talked to want to know about his platform, about his YouTube channel, what he's got published. And he became very irate. And he said, he's a younger man. He said, well, don't I just write the book and send it to them? And I'm like, no, hasn't been like that for about 10 years.
I guess that's a good thing as to why, or how I've done it in terms of trying the self-publishing out and building up the platform before I actually get a novel out there. So maybe that'll help me in the long run. Recently broke my favorite Star Wars mug. It's one I got from Disney World. Oh, I doubt I will be able to replace it. Oh no. So was it like a droid, perhaps? Or was it like a picture, or what was on the mug? What kind of mug? You must describe this to me because I'm addicted to Star Wars mugs. I also have a massive BB-8 or no, R2D2 mug. I'm an R2D2 fan. I'm a droid fan. Let's just put it that way. And then it's got the head of R2D2 lid. I actually have an R2D2 that's like this big, and you push buttons and his head spins and he beeps and he talks and he pushes one of his legs up. Anyways, yeah, I could talk to you for hours about Star Wars. I'm going to wait for the description before we end the live stream because I'd really like to know what kind of mug you had. I wonder, have you looked at like ordering it again online? Because that's a possibility. There's lots of stuff you can get online. Like my Star Wars purse I bought on in Florida. I can't remember exactly where. I don't think it was the Magical Kingdom. It was somewhere else. It was in one of the theme park stores, and it was like $80-something US.
Hey, if it's something you're passionate about.
Yeah, but you can buy it online for like $40 US. So.
Oh, markup.
70s style mug with the characters from Solo. That's sad. Oh, yeah. Well, if I ever see anything that, I mean, I wouldn't know what it looks like, but if I ever see anything like that, I'll let you know.
I had a Pluto mug. You know the dog, the Disney dog? I loved him. Him and Marvin the Martian. And my friend went to Disney and she brought me back this huge Pluto mug. And she said, nobody buys them. They're very hard to find. I said, yeah, but those are my two favorite characters.
Yeah.
And the boys were using it and it got dropped in the basement.
I'm going to query this book, but if I don't get to self-publish. Well, I wish you luck with it.
And I have a pet peeve.
What's your pet peeve?
Everyone keeps saying, well, I'll just self-publish, or I'll just put it online, or you know what, guys, it's not just self-publishing is work. If you're willing to write that book and put the effort into editing and getting it polished, don't just throw it online.
I think a lot of it though too is the marketing aspect of it is one of the things that self-published authors are struggling with the most. Because you can hire an editor. I mean, as long as it's hard to find the right editor, but when it comes to the marketing aspect, it's all like a brand new world.
You can hire a publicist and they will cost you a pretty penny, but you have to get the right publicist for the right genre for first off, a publicist for writing. And you have to get someone who's savvy online, which we're pretty much all now, but they cost you a pretty penny. They'll cost you more than editors. And everyone tells me, well, they're worth their time to a point. But my argument is this. There is so many books online that can it pay for itself? If I had 5 or 6 books published online, maybe 7 or 8 books published online, then I would think of hiring a publicist.
Yeah, for sure. Just clarifying, eh? Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, so we're going to end the day. Right, yes. So
good.
So looking for an agent, trying to get it published traditionally, and if it doesn't work, then you're still planning to get it published.
Good. Hey, and don't forget about small presses and medium presses. There's a lot of them out there, and they've really come into their own since the big 6 and those what used to be the medium presses all got sucked up by the big 6, which is now the big 5. Remember that we have these wonderful new medium and small presses and that look for work. They can't pay as much, but they can give a good quality product and they can get your stuff out there.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I think we're going to call it a day. So thank you, everybody, for watching and joining us. And thanks, Laura, and good luck finding an agent or whichever form of publication you end up going with.
Or combination thereof.
Your combo, yeah. However it gets out there, it's going to get out there, and that's the important thing. So, all right. Have a great rest of your day, afternoon, evening, night, or whatever. And Tyra?
Story comes first. Please have a great day.